Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be doing the top 5 hitters for Stage 3. As we know, last video I did the top 5 pitchers in Stage 3. This time around, I'm going to be doing top 5 hitters for the Stage 3. But this one's a little bit different. We're going to actually start from number 5 and work our way up. Also, I'm going to give you some hitters that are honorable mentions, but just didn't make the cut for me. I'm going to give you 3 hitters that are honorable mentions and are really good hitters, but they just didn't do it for me because, I'll explain why they didn't really do it for me, but we'll get into it right now. So, first one's going to be Tony Gwynn. So, with Tony Gwynn, let's look at his card. He's a 99 overall as a regular diamond, so that's off rip. But he plays right field, and we look at his contact numbers, you'd be like, why wouldn't he be on the top 5 list? Well, here's why. So he does have great contact numbers with 125, 122, but his power is only 65 versus right and 55 versus left. He does not reach anywhere near that 80 power threshold that we're looking for. And honestly, when it comes to the 80 power, we're looking for, I would say, 88 or better to really be sure about perfect fly balls, because like Craig Biggio card like that, the Prestige one has over 80 power, just over it, and he doesn't really get the job done like that. But nonetheless, this card just doesn't cut it because of that power. I mean, he has everything else, the contact, the vision, the fielding and right, not a diamond defense, the speed at 85, the arm strength. He does it all except for power. He's a 4-tool player and does not hit for power. Now, last year, Tony Gwynn's card was amazing. He did have higher power versus lefties, a lot higher, closer to 70. But this year, they just didn't give him that power. And even though he'll get +3 with being prestige, I just don't think he's going to do it. He has a nice swing, but I just think that he's going to get a lot of good OKs on swings that he shouldn't be getting good OKs. So, nonetheless, he's not a bad card. Does have the contact, but for me, personally, he just doesn't do it. Maybe for you, he does, because you like guys with higher contact and nice and good speed, but for me, he just doesn't cut it. So next, we're going to talk about another guy in the NL West, which is Dante Bichette. And Bichette actually has a really nice hitting card. He plays right. He's got 111 contact versus right, 114 versus left, 90 power versus right, and 100 versus left with 103 vision. Now, this card is all around great as a hitter. However, his fielding is very detrimental to him with 64 fielding. His numbers are very, very good, but as a right fielder with 64 fielding, so lower tier in the bronze department, just won't cut it. I mean, he just doesn't cut it. I know that Sheffield has bronze fielding, but Sheffield has better speed, so he gets the balls better, and also he has way better hitting. Like, Sheffield's hitting is what makes up for his lack of fielding in the outfield. And also, you can put Sheff at third, which hides him away from the outfield. This card has to play the outfield no matter what. He doesn't have a secondary in the infield. And that's exactly why this card right here does not make the cut for top 5 hitters. So, and lastly, we're going to talk about Tim Salmon. So, Tim Salmon's also a right fielder, and he's got 100 across the board. 105 contact versus right, 108 versus left, 104 power versus right, 101 versus left, 86 vision. He's just an absolute beast when it comes to hitting. He's 100 across the board, and going to be even better so when he gets prestige. But, again, another right fielder that can't play the infield and only has 65 fielding with 58 speed. That's just not going to make the cut. I did try Salmon yesterday in some friendlies, and he does have a really, really nice quick swing. However, his fielding just isn't there, and he's probably going to upset you in the outfield. So that's why he also doesn't make the cut. But nonetheless, Bichette and Salmon are very good bench bats to have. If you guys don't have many stubs or are doing like a no money spent, Salmon or Bichette are your guys to have off the bench. They're very nice bats to have. Now we're going to get into the top 5. So now that we spoke about the honorable mentions, let's get into this top 5. And we'll start out right off the bat with George Brett. So Brett's a third baseman with 123 contact versus right, 114 versus left. So left-handed hitter that can still hit lefties. 85 power versus right and 80 versus left. He meets the power threshold as a regular diamond and as a prestige even more so. 120 vision, so his PCI is going to be huge. The outer and the inner together both going to be really huge. And he's going to have 85 fielding. So he's a mid-tier gold as a regular diamond, upper tier gold as a prestige diamond. And now he's going to have 62 speed, which isn't terrible for a third baseman. When you're talking about George Brett, I mean, the guy has a nice swing in this game, and he's always been a really nice card to use because of his swing. So if you're looking for a budget third baseman and want a left-handed hitter, George Brett's your guy to go with. He's a great fielder and he's an amazing hitter. So you got the full package when it comes to George Brett, except for obviously the speed. But I mean, we're not looking really for speed guys like that if we're at the corner positions, to be honest. So now we're going to get into the next guy, and the number 4 guy is going to be Jay Buhner. And the reason why I say Jay Buhner is because he's going to have 89 contact versus right, 99 versus left, and here we go with the power. 108 power versus right and 116 versus lefties. When he gets to red diamond, he's going to have over 110 versus both. That's absolutely insane. As a right fielder, that's what you're looking for, a big power bat in the outfield in one of those corner positions. He does only have semi-vision, but with the higher contact, his inner PCI should be pretty good. And he has 85 fielding, so that mid-tier gold in right field with 99 arm strength. Good luck trying to run on this guy. This guy has an absolute cannon. This is what you're looking for when it comes to an outfielder. Very good hitting with good fielding, and he's going to get the job done. Yes, he only has 52 speed, but his fielding attributes should make up for that, especially him playing a corner position. It shouldn't be a big deal. And he's going to be, you can put him in left and still have gold defense, especially when he prestiges. So not a bad option to have there. Next, we're going to be talking about Mike Schmidt as our number 3 guy. And Mike Schmidt is another third baseman. But let's look at his numbers. So he's got 87 contact versus right, 108 versus left, 106 power versus right, and almost that full 125 power. But he's got 122 power on his regular diamond, and we'll get to that full 125 power versus lefties on the red diamond. He's got 81 vision, so not terrible vision. 95 fielding, mid-tier diamond fielding at third. That's absolutely crazy with the hitting that he has. 95 arm strength with 91 reaction. The dude is absolutely phenomenal at the hot corner. He should not let many balls go by him, if any. But we know how SDS is and their fielding. They like to let anyone olay the ball. 62 speed, so not bad speed again. He's right there in line with George Brett with the speed, except way better fielding. And honestly, a lot better power numbers. Yes, the contact isn't there, but he still has over 100. He almost has over 110 contact versus lefties. He will have it once you prestige him. And then he's going to have 90 contact versus righties when you prestige him. So, I mean, this guy is just an all-around beast. And if you're looking for a right-handed hitter to fit your lineup because you have a lot of lefties, this is your third baseman to go with if you want great fielding. Because I'm going to be talking about the number 2 guy here right now. And it's going to be another third baseman. All right, now that we talked about Mike Schmidt, we're going to be talking about the next third baseman on the list, the next hitter on the list, number 2, which is another third baseman, Harmon Killebrew. So with Harmon, he's got 102 contact versus right, so he's better against righties with that 92 contact versus left, which is fine because when we're facing a lefty, we have the advantage. 121 power versus right, sheesh, and 125 power versus left, also sheesh. 96 vision, so he has really good vision for a power guy. 63 fielding is the downside, but the numbers are just there to cover for him, and he could play first base, so you could actually hide him over at first base if you wanted to. Again, the fielding is could be kind of an issue, but he doesn't have to run after fly balls or anything like that. He just has to field ground balls. That's why I put him up here, because his hitting is just too good. I mean, you're going to have a guy when you prestige him that has pretty much 125 power. And then the contact is still there with really high vision. So this guy right here is an absolute phenomenal hitter. I tried him last night in some friendlies, and he has a very, very nice swing. So this guy, if you're looking for that power hitting, middle of the order guy that needs to play a corner position, this is a guy to go with. But now we're going to talk about the last hitter on the top 5, and this guy is going to be the #1 hitter, and it's going to be the new legend, and none other than Jim Thome. So Thome's a 99 overall, and he can play first, but he can also play third. So if you want to put a big left-handed bat at third, here's a guy for you. Let's look at his numbers. 119 contact versus right, 125 power versus right. He's pretty much maxed out versus right. Like, he's right there to be maxed out. 89 contact versus left and 94 power versus left. Still can do damage versus lefties. 65 vision, and you know he's going to get +3. +3 in every department once he prestiges. 62 fielding. Yes, the fielding isn't there, but he plays first. Like, first base, you just gotta knock the ball down and flip it over to the pitcher or tag first. I mean, and catch the ball from infielders, which he's gonna do. So, Jim Thome, absolutely phenomenal attributes hitting wise, and to go with it, he has a very, very nice swing. Cards that have nice swings can usually play above their attributes, and how much more can you play above your attributes than what he has? He has pretty much maxed out versus righties, so he's gonna play, I would say he's probably gonna play above versus lefties for sure. But the swing with the attributes makes him the deadly combo, and that's why he's #1. He has a very, very nice swing, and I mean, there's nothing more you could really talk about. He's 6'4", he stands tall, you could see the ball well. I mean, the dude is just gonna be amazing. And he's going to be your #1 budget first baseman for the whole year, in my opinion, unless Stage 4 has something better. But right now, he's definitely the number one budget first baseman. And honestly, he's a top 3 first baseman in the game right now. In my opinion, he's tied with with Ortiz for #2. Of course, Eric Thames comes in at #1, but Thome's right there. I mean, he's going to be disgusting for a while. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you decide on what you want to go with in Stage 3 for hitters and who you should be targeting. But anyways, guys, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on. Leave a like on the video. And if you got any questions on things that I missed or just any questions in general, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. All right, guys? But until the next video, peace.